Hey everybody, it's Brittany. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you haven't been here before, welcome back. I do book and autism related videos. Um, and usually any sort of, unboxings or anything is generally either related to books or related to me being autistic. So I try to, you know, just provide some value in most of the videos that I do. But in this particular video, I just wanted to share something with you guys. So, I've mentioned in previous videos, if you go back and watch them, I've had a bit of trouble. I've been kind of in the market recently for technology. I had a bit of a journey finding some good Bluetooth headphones that I like. And now I'm kind of in, and then I've found a tablet that I really like. It's the Samsung Tab A 8.0. I absolutely love it. I'm using it right now to film this. And I ended up, but for those of you who don't want to go back and watch the old videos, brief sort of rundown. So here's kind of my phone journey. My husband had an iPhone 5S. Yes, that's right, an iPhone 5S. I had an LG K9. And just for knowledge purposes, we only ever buy unlocked phones, whether we get them new or secondhand or what have you. We only ever buy like new-ish, like off Amazon, or if we buy them secondhand off Facebook Marketplace or whatever. We only get unlocked phones. We use a prepaid carrier. It's just best for us. It's what works best for us. We don't like contracts. We've had bad experiences with contracts, so this just sort of works best for us. So that's what we do. Anyway, so I had the LG K9. My hubby's iPhone 5S went kaput. It quit working. I wiped my LG K9 and gave it to him because I wanted something with thinner bezels, more screen real estate for my apps. I thought that the LG Q6 would fit my needs. I ended up buying one of those. It did not fit my needs. It did have the screen real estate that I wanted, but the screen itself, the phone itself, wasn't big enough for my liking. I don't know about, some people like the thinnest, lightest phone, not me. I like, a phone that has a good size and weight to it. And and I like big phones. I like a phone that has a large screen. So I ended up, my mom had an Alcatel U50. It wasn't giving her a very good signal for somehow the pins. It wasn't making proper contact with the SIM card. Took it into a repair shop. They said, sorry, nothing we can do about it. So I wiped my LG Q6, gave it to her. She offered to buy it from me, and I said no, instead just buy me a phone that I would like off Amazon. Okay, now here's the thing. We're on a budget here, okay? And let me tell you, I have looked and looked and looked and researched and read tons of reviews, watched tons of YouTube videos on this, and finding a phone that works well, and doesn't have an insane amount of lag, has a large, i.e. over 6-inch display, with a shiny back, a shiny colored back, not that like matte plastic, that matte black plastic. I really hate that stuff. Has a shiny back, larger than 6-inch display, and works decently, is a real hard. It's really hard to find that at a sub $250 Canadian budget. And that includes whatever Amazon charges for their Prime, I know it's free shipping, but they do up the price a little bit. So whatever they charge in terms of, taxes and that kind of thing, whatever taxes are charged through Amazon, and whatever like, sorry, no, I'm doing that a lot. Whatever the price is, finding that all of that with taxes and everything under $250 is really, really, really difficult. But I have found a phone that meets every single one of those checks. And I am so incredibly happy. And this is not a sponsored video in any way, shape, or form. There's no, I bought this phone, my mom bought it for me. But I feel like a lot of phone companies don't do that. They save all of their, over 6.2 inch display and their, features and things. They save it all and they put it all on their most expensive phones. And then they make budget phones that are just crap. And it's not fair to those of us who can't afford to go out and drop tons of money on a smartphone, on a flagship smartphone. It's just not fair. So when this company came out with this phone, I was impressed because they actually came out with their new line, has 4 phones, which is really smart because they have their budget phone for those who are on a really tight budget. That's the Moto G7 Play. They have their Moto G7 Power, which is a budget phone, but it's a nice phone. It's a big phone with a shiny back and a over 6.2 inch display. And it works pretty well. I've heard it works pretty well. So, so all of that, I don't mind sacrificing, a super, super, super high resolution display or, a, ridiculously good quality camera for that. I don't mind making those couple of sacrifices. And when you add in the fact that they added a huge 5,000 milliamp battery into this thing, it makes it great because for me, especially as someone with autism, I have trouble always remembering to bring a charger. I mean, I do try to remember to bring a charger, but just in case I forget, it's really, really handy to have a really long-lasting battery. And as a person with a disability, I am on a very tight budget. And so having something that, feels very premium, it has a nice shiny back, an over 6.2 inch, a 6.2 inch display. Sorry, not over 6.2 inch. It's a 6.2 inch display, over 6 inch display. And having those plus that super long lasting battery on a phone that actually works smoothly, that's fantastic. That checks all the boxes that I think people, I don't want to say people like me, but people who are kind of in a similar space that I am, where it's like, you would like something that looks and feels like it's really good quality and works really well, but you can't afford to go out and drop $800+ on something that is probably going to be changed within the next 2 years anyway. It's perfect. And then they have their premium model for people who do want all of those premium features. And then they have their super premium model. So the premium model is the Moto G7. It's got a glass back. So if that's something that you want. The plastic backing on the Moto G7 Power, it's kind of a glass, plasticky, very shiny plastic. It's really, really nice. I love the look of it. But if you want the glass back, it's the Moto G7. Or the Moto G7 Plus, which is the super, super, most expensive, huge, super, super, super premium one. I mean, sorry, not huge. The power and the G7 and the G7 Plus all have that 6.2-inch display. But I think it was really nice that instead of putting the 5,000 milliamp battery on the G7 Plus, which is the most expensive phone, that they took one really nice, really kind of standout feature and put it on this kind of in-between budget and premium phone, on this nice little kind of mid-place phone. I thought that was really nice, and it was really, really good of them to do that. You know, and to make it feel nice, to give it that shiny back and that 6.2-inch display. It was really nice. Now, for people who can't even afford that, who are on such a tight budget that they can't even afford the Moto G7 Power, they have the Moto G7 Play, which is smaller, it's more compact, it has 5.5-inch display. So, yeah. Anyway, I know I'm ranting, I'm rambling, sorry guys, I know this is going to be a long video, but I think it's just really important to kind of know what this phone is and what the lineup is and what my thoughts are on a company providing these features at this price point. Is really amazing for those of us like me who are on that tight budget, but still want something that looks and feels really nice and works really well. So, that's just the way that goes. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to switch views here, and then I'm going to just unbox this phone with you guys. I haven't seen this yet, so these are going to be my first reactions to it. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the phone. Talk amongst yourselves. I will be right back. Okay, everybody, so we're back. So I took a knife and I slit this sticker here. It's difficult for me to slit these kinds of stickers. I find it really hard, but I was able to do it, so that's good. Okay, let's give this, see my new phone. So this is it, the Moto G7 Power. Now it comes in a couple of different colors. I believe there's black, blue, yeah, here we are, black, this kind of marine blue, which is what I went with, and this kind of an ice violet color. So you've got all of your kind of pointed out specifications on the back of the box, like they always do. Okay, let's see what's inside. I am super excited about this. Okay, so there is my phone, Moto G7 Power. Oh boy. Okay, so case has some fingerprints. So, but that's okay. That's what cases are for. They're meant to have fingerprints. Okay, that's. Oh, okay. So it's kind of a silicone-y case. All right, give me a second while I get this off. Give it a little rub down, just to make sure there's no fingerprints on it. Look at that blue color. That is beautiful. Oh my god, I could sit here and do this all day. I am obsessed with that. Look at that. That is so beautiful. Okay, so you can see it here. There's the phone. I'm gonna turn it on. Well, I guess I could turn. Oh no, I'm not going to peel the sticker off just yet. This is just a sticker. I'm going to turn it on after the video because I want to be careful when I turn it on. This is kind of an unnatural position filming the video. But you can see it's going to have a really nice screen display. Now I know it's an LCD display, but quite frankly, like I said before, I don't really mind sacrificing that for the fact of getting a phone with this big of a display. And this phone's got a nice weight to it too. Like it feels solid in my hands. It doesn't feel cheap. and it's got this beautiful shiny back at a price point that I was able to afford, which I am so, so happy. So Motorola, thank you so much for making the G7 Power. If you can hear me, thank you. To all the people out there who were reviewing the Moto G7 line saying you don't know who the G7 Power is for, I'll tell you who it's for. It's for people like me. People who have a hard time always remembering to charge their phone, who need a big battery, and who need and want a very beautiful looking phone with a nice shiny back, a notch design, so we've got lots of screen real estate here, and a nice big phone with a nice big screen and, you know, a phone that feels solid in the hand at a budget price point. People who don't really care too much about the camera or about having the most superest, highest resolution display. People who are willing to sacrifice those for more practical things like the size of the display, the feeling of the phone in your hand, the shiny back, which is beautiful, and I love it, and I will never go back to a matte back again because that is absolutely gorgeous. And the who want and need an over 6-inch display at a budget price and a phone that works smoothly and works well. That's who it's for. So, if you're wondering who they made the Moto G7 Power for, that's who it's for. And thank you, Motorola, for making this phone. I really, really, really hope you upgrade this phone. Like whenever you bring out your next line of phones, I really hope you make another power phone like this at this price point. Please, please, please make another phone like this at this price point. I beg you, I urge you, because for people like me, this is absolutely indispensable. I honestly, if you keep making phones like this at this kind of, you know, sub $250 price point, and that's $250 Canadian on Amazon with shipping and everything, that's still under $250. If you can keep making phones that are going to fall at that kind of price bracket with these kinds of features, aka shiny back, over 6-inch display, notch design, and a really nice feel in my hand, and a nice smooth experience with not a lot of extra crap or bells and whistles on there, honestly, and a really big giant battery, if you guys can keep making those kinds of phones with those more practical things at that price point, with the shiny back. Shiny back is indispensable to me because I just love the shiny back, and I need a phone with a shiny back at this price point. So don't ever get rid of the shiny back at this price point, and just keep making phones like this with these beautiful features at this price point, because for someone like me, it's indispensable. It's crucial, okay? And I think for a lot of people would agree that they really, really appreciate Motorola, you doing this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't stop. Despite all the haters out there, don't ever stop making phones like this. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, and I love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead actually and peel off the sticker. I know I said I was going to wait, but I changed my mind. Okay, let's see. It's going to power up. Wow. Okay. Okay, nice bright display. Little vibration there. Okay. Hello, Moto. And there we are. Go start. And then I'll be able to set it up from there. As you can see, that's a beautiful, really nice display. I reiterate, Motorola, thank you so much for making the phone. Don't stop making phones with those kind of features at that price point. Don't stop. Because for someone like me, if you keep making those kinds of phones with those kind of features at that kind of price point, I will stay with your company forever. Okay? Legit, forever. So, don't stop, please. Okay, so we have this looks like the SIM ejection tool, I think it is. Okay, and this is what else in the box. This is the USB Type-C charging cable. Beautiful. So happy to see it's USB Type-C. And my Motorola Turbo Power charging brick. We have manuals, Motorola information, and this kind of a start guide. I don't think it's in English. No, it doesn't look like it's in English. Oh, well, that's okay. Oh, wait a minute. It's English on this side. Is it English on this side? Nope. Not English on this side either. Alright. That's okay, though. I can probably... Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll be able to see it from the pictures. It's pretty common knowledge now, though, I think, though, how smartphones work, so... But just in case. And then this is all the kind of legal information stuff. Motorola, it's the international version of the phone. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm so happy it's the Canadian that they sent me the Canada charging brick. Once again, let's just enjoy that beautiful marine color display. You can see I've already got a ton of fingerprints on there, but let's just enjoy that beautiful display. That is gorgeous. Oh my god, I'm in love. Oh, I'm so happy with this. Like, I'm honestly so happy with this phone. And it feels so good. Like, it gives me a good phone to, like, grip, you know? Like, it gives me a good grip, so I'm super happy with it. Anyway, so that's my new phone. So I'm going to be right back. Just talk amongst yourselves for a moment. I'm just going to switch views again.